Hello. Today we're going to explore creating a marketing campaign for a life coach. This is the 6 stages that we're going to go through today. Stage 1 is we're going to pick an audience segment that's like imaginary life coach. We're going to create a vision statement, a mission statement, and services, like what services they distinctly provide. We're then going to do some keyword research, finding what their campaigns, like what type of campaigns we're going to run for them, and then creating content. Well, let's define our character real quick. So I have ChatGPT pulled up here. Here is a portrait inspired. Let's name her Samantha Hart. So now let's define her a segment. Like, what audience is she focused on? I have this list of 32 segments of being a life coach, what different life coach focuses on. Like, for example, personal brand for influencers, like a social media influencer or public figure seeking to align their personal brand with their life goals and values. Or spiritual speaker, let's see, or refugees, individuals displaced from their home countries seeking emotional or practical support. Generate. 15. Okay, cool. 15. Individuals recovering from addiction. So we're going to grab that. We just finished picking an audience segment. So vision statement, empowering individuals recovering from this. Mission statement, we are dedicated to guiding individuals on their journey of recovery and addiction by providing compassionate personnel support. We've moved out of ChatGPT and moved into this project management system. This is what they call Aitable. It's what we use in our business, and we help our clients set up their project management system into this one. Just because this is like the perfect database, you know? And I have spent months researching the best platforms to use when it comes to project management systems out there. And there's some ones out there like ClickUp that I enjoyed for the most part. The Notion were great too. But this one I was drawn to because two things. One, the price doesn't increase for every single user that you invite to your space. And two, it's really robust. And everything's a database. When you really think about it, when you know programming, everything's a database. And what you're interacting with is just a GUI interface to that database. And this has it's a great database, and it has a simple GUI interface that you can then interact with. Anyway, so we've built out a system for Samantha Hart here in Aitable. In here we have her marketing section. So these are all of the databases that we've set up for her marketing. This is all of the databases for her project management. So we have tasks, projects, and documents that need to be saved for those projects. And then we have relations. So this is kind of the business side of her project management system. So we have companies, contacts, meeting notes, and accounts. As you follow along on this channel, you'll learn more about each of these different platforms and what they're used. But today we're going to focus on just building out a campaign for Samantha Hart. We're going to create a new document called Mission Services. We're going to come back here. We're going to grab the vision mission statement. Pop that in. Okay, so it looks like we have some really good stuff here. One-to-one coaching, group coaching, workshops, webinars, books, and guides. I can grab all of this and drop it in here. We just finished creating the vision, mission, and services for Samantha. Okay, so I'm back to ChatGPT, and our goal is to do some keyword research. Addictional recovery coaching, sobriety support, life after addiction, rebuilding after addiction, relapse prevention coaching. What do people search for when they are looking for a life coach that specializes in individual recovery from addiction? Let's see what ChatGPT does for us there. So life coach for addiction recovery. Okay, so now that we got these seed keywords, we're gonna drop them into SEMrush. So SEMrush is a great way to do keyword research. Do this, generate more with Pro Plan. We don't need that right now. We're trying to do this without having to pay for anything extra. So I have a free account in SEMrush. I'm under Keyword Magic Tool. I'm going to throw in life coach for addiction recovery and search. We couldn't find any related things. Okay, so there's not much people are searching for on that one. So let's go to the next one. We have one. near me. Volume is 30, and the cost per click is $6.69. We're going to copy and paste that over. So volume is going to be 30. Okay, we're going to go one by one and drop them into SEMrush. We've reached our max for SEMrush and reached it pretty fast there. I honestly don't feel like they give you an honest 10 requests a day. So we're going to go to the next one, ask the public, and we're going to throw in our search results here. This whole time we've been using a lot of long tail keywords. That's like 3 words or more. So we're going to just try to simplify it and see if we can find anything from there. So we're now going to use just the word sobriety. Okay, it's finally giving us some results here. A sobriety checkpoints legal. Okay, so it's giving us some decent amount. Oh, okay, that's a good one. Let's copy and then jump over and add it. And add the price. That's $20 per click. Wow. Interesting. What's interesting is this one right here. Can you refuse a sobriety test? And 1,000 people ask this question, and it's very low competition. Interesting. Okay, so there's some decent searches here. Let's copy and paste some of this over. We're going to do one more search term here of addiction recovery coach. Search volume 110 searches a month for just that. So when someone's searching coach, they're actually looking to be a coach, not looking for a coach, which is interesting. So this has given us a decent amount of insight to the fact that it's a little challenging for her to naturally find, or have people naturally find her with this particular segment of the audience. Based off of our research here, people who need her services are not searching for her services, which means that they are needing to be introduced to her through other means. We've just finished creating her keyword research. Now we got to think through, how do we want to set up a campaign for her? So like, now that we know this is going to be really challenging to define. How do we create a campaign now that we know that her audience naturally does not want to be found? We're going to need to do a little bit more research on her segment, like her expertise, her background. So I have a question here that I'm going to talk to Chat about. Where do life coaches that specialize in individual recovery from addiction work? So let's have Chat give us a little bit of a quick answer on this one, because we could potentially do this through Google, but Chat makes it a little easier a little faster for us. Private practice, rehabilitation centers, sober living homes, community health centers, online coaching platforms. These are actually her audience, because the people that she serves one-to-one don't necessarily want her service, or they're reluctant to approach, or they're probably feeling a lot of shame to admit the fact that they have an addiction. So these different places that are going to recommend them to her. So these are actually her audience, the other private practices, rehabilitation centers, sober living homes, community health centers, like that. These different places are what she needs to actually be marketing towards, because they will recommend and assign people to her. Now that we understand that, the question is then how do you market towards these? I gave it some thought, and this is what I have in recommendation for her audience and what she's going to do. Write up a marketing plan for Samantha Hart that involves being a guest on podcasts that these professionals listen to. So I'm referring to up here, these guys. Speaking at health and wellness events, that's number 2. Running her own podcast where she invites other experts to be on her show. She writes articles for her own blog. She writes articles for other blogs. She has a YouTube channel where she answers questions that her segment of audience has, but most importantly, she answers questions that the professionals that work with her audience have. Her goal is to build a following of professionals that will then recommend her. Her main call to actions are subscribe to her podcast, buy her book, have her speak on stage, group coaching, and one-on-one coaching. We're gonna have ChatGPT put together that marketing plan for us, and then we're gonna copy and paste that over to our documentation so we can keep a record of it. We're moving over back to our project management system, and we're gonna go into the CRM part, because project management, documents, there we go. We're creating a new document. This is going to be called the marketing plan. Now we're going to focus on gathering platforms, channels, and influencers. We want to create the channels that Samantha is going to run her campaigns on. And so she has her own channels that she needs to create. She needs to have her Facebook page, Instagram page, website, blog, potentially a YouTube channel. Let's find some other platforms that she can collaborate with. So here I did some research and we found this great one right here, life coaching community, that she can join. So we're going to grab that and we're going to throw that into admins. So we have this guy right here as the admin. We're going to also grab his information and save it in our database for future reference. So when Samantha is ready to collaborate, she can reach out to this individual. I'm back in Facebook. I used the prompt Addiction Recovery Professionals. We found a handful of different groups that we can now save into her channels list to use for reference later. Now let's go to Reddit as well. And I've searched Addiction Recovery. Click on this one, members. So this one has 3,000 members. I'm going to save this. And I'm also going to read through it and identify who the who are the organizers and speakers of this group. So now we're going to throw this into our ongoing list. We've finished gathering all of the platforms. We're finally there. We're finally at the spot where it's like now we can create the campaigns that we were planning and promising from the beginning. This right here is Samantha's marketing plan. So the difference between a marketing plan and a campaign is the fact that a plan is multiple amounts of different campaigns that are being planned to run, right? A campaign is those individual plan pieces to that plan, okay? So the first campaign that is being run is her networking system. If someone wants to connect with her when she's out networking, she has a QR code on her phone like this that then open up a text prompt, allows them to quickly send a text message to her. She has an automation set up in her CRM that sends a text back saying, thank you for connecting with Samantha. Here's her calendar link, schedule a time. That's the first campaign. All right, really simple. Second one is her blog writing. So the ultimate objective, position Samantha Hart as a trusted authority in addiction recovery coaching while building her following and of professionals. So that's it. You can finish reading this. You can pause the video. And with that said, we need to build her credibility. And one of the ways you do that is having a blog. So she has a blog. This blog is not only just on her website. This blog is on LinkedIn. It's as well as on Medium. So she has 3 different places where she posts. And then the other campaign that is going to be set up is launching her own podcast. So we're going to turn those blog articles into topics that she then talks about on her podcast. Next thing is social media strategy. Take snippets of each of those different articles and podcasts, and we're going to turn those into snippets that are going to be posted on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook. Now we need to come up with some blog ideas. We're going to leave that. We're going to go over to our marketing. We're going to go into keywords. Let's pick out some of these keywords that we can write articles on. Let's do this one. Can you refuse a sobriety test? Because that one has a high search rate and it's fairly low competition, which means that if we wanted to run any Google ad campaigns off of this particular article, we would rank high. I just gave ChatGPT the prompt to write an article on the topic of can you refuse a sobriety test. This is a starting point for Samantha. She would then come into here, read this, and actually do the research behind it and give her honest response to it. We go into content ideas. We're going to create a new idea. We're going to come back to name it later. We're going to create a space for it here, put it in. With this article, we're now having chat give us a couple of ideas for Facebook and LinkedIn and Instagram, and we're going to copy and paste them over to posts. So we're going to copy, and we still have this open. We're going to come into posts. I'm going to do new post because this automatically links it to here, and that one's done for now, and we can come back and clean this up later. Let's show you the channels that it's going to be posted on. We can scroll over and see all the posts that we plan on posting about this topic. And we can go into posts as well to see it here. And let's group this. Let's go ahead and change this up a bit and group it by, there we go. So now you can see here is the ideas that are the posts that are going to be created from this idea. Can you refuse a sobriety test? And we'll just make it a little bit longer. All of those are going to be going to, one's going to Facebook here. This other one's also going to be going to Facebook. So let's add Facebook to that as well. And it's her Facebook page. Facebook page is where we're posting it. This right here is going to go to LinkedIn as well as Reddit. Let's add LinkedIn to it because we don't have that one. Have we created a LinkedIn account or channel for her? I guess not. We'll have to do that. And let's go here. Create that real quick. LinkedIn. Okay. And now that's done. This right here is going to Instagram. Let's add Instagram here. Instagram, there it is. Okay. And then this right here is the post, the article itself. The article itself is going to go on her blog as well as her Medium page, but it's not going on her LinkedIn because her LinkedIn is distinctly for professionals. And this article is not for professionals. This one is for her main audience. That makes sense. And that is how that is done. We've now just finished creating and defining the campaigns that we're going to run for Samantha. Creating the content is something that's pretty self-explanatory, and so we won't actually go into creating content today. But look for future videos where we will dive into that. If you're looking to build out a system like this, look into signing up for one of our workshops where we take an entire day to help you set this up. Also, if you would like to try Aitable for yourself, there is an affiliate link down in the description below to play around with that. So thanks for watching, guys. Cheers.